Chancellor, I present to you Joe Gordon for the award of Outstanding Alumnus of the Year. Joe is a distinguished member of an alumni community that, as we have heard, numbers nearly 150,000 members across the globe. As we recognise his achievements through this award, we also acknowledge and celebrate the wider successes of all Lancaster graduates and the important part they continue to play in the life of our university. As head of First Direct, the HSBC-owned telephone and online bank employing over 3,000 staff and serving over 1.3 million customers, Joe Gordon is one of the youngest people ever to make it to the top of the UK banking industry. He was appointed to his current role just 24 months after securing his first job in banking. His career, post-Lancaster, started with a place on Sainsbury's coveted graduate programme. Beginning on the shop floor, his first role was in the grocery section. In a 2017 BBC interview, Joe recalled his early experiences with a supermarket. I stepped in there with bravado, and the first thing they said to me was, "You're on the carrots, mate," which was a great grounding. Joe progressed rapidly at Sainsbury's, including time working in the forecasting department where, among other things, he was required to predict how many Easter eggs the supermarket might sell. Excellent IT skills, coupled with the ability to learn quickly, stood him in good stead for further promotions. A senior Sainsbury's director recalled another standout skill, Joe's capacity to build, manage, and motivate very strong teams. Leaving Sainsbury's, Joe moved to BT on a fast-track management programme. In this peripatetic role, he visited Indian call centres no less than 22 times. He further honed his vision for customer service. To him, the equation is clear. Investing in your people means happy customers, and happy customers make for great business outcomes. With this philosophy, Joe has built an enviable reputation as a champion of good customer service, underpinned by high levels of staff satisfaction. It goes a long way to explaining his meteoric rise. When Joe left BT to join HSBC as head of UK contact centres, he had the opportunity to put his principles into practice alongside his strong commitment to technological innovation. He was keen to ensure that the contact centres he ran remained at the cutting edge in a highly competitive marketplace. His promotion to the helm of First Direct, with its reputation for market-leading technology, including fingerprint and voice ID, have given Joe further opportunities to innovate. He acknowledges the growing competition in an increasingly crowded industry, where First Direct's early adopter advantage as the first bank without high street branches is being eroded by online startups. Although for this reason he views the advent of open banking next year as a potential threat to business, he also sees it as a huge opportunity. As he told the BBC last year, in a world where the biggest taxi firm doesn't own any cars, where the biggest accommodation provider doesn't have any real estate, and where the biggest news website doesn't own any content, we want to play a part in shaping what banking will look like. And what does Joe enjoy when he's not conquering the financial industry? Scaling different heights as a keen hill walker and mountaineer. Considering his success since leaving Lancaster, it is clear that he already has a very good head for heights. The range of Joe Gordon's achievements since leaving Lancaster should act as a reminder to each of you graduating today that you too can be successful with commitment and dedication. In reaching for success, we hope that you will make the most of your Lancaster qualifications, not only to better yourselves, but also to benefit your families, your university, and the wider communities in which you live and work. Chancellor, it is my honour to present Joe Gordon for the award of Outstanding Alumnus of the Year.
Chancellor, fellow members of the university and honoured guests. I was incredibly flattered, super embarrassed actually just standing there, but incredibly flattered to receive this award. And in that there's an intrinsic human pride as I stand before you today, just in the very act of being here. However, I want to talk to you about a journey to feeling successful from coming from this wonderful place. And it's a journey that's been a turbulent and a holistic one. I liked so much about this university. I met so many amazing people, people who challenged me intellectually, people who I made friends with for life. I love the campus. I love the feel of it, the community that you have. When talking about a couple of my friends about coming today, they said the amount of time you spent face down in the sugar house is probably testament to how much you enjoyed university. However, there's a flip side for me, and actually throughout university, I also suffered with bouts of poor mental health. And actually what that led me to, periods of anxiety or periods of fear about university. And actually I didn't go to my own graduation because that was one of the peak periods of anxiety and fear for me. I decided to opt out of it. So I want to say a big thank you. Thank you for letting me be here and have this kind of shared experience with you. Thank you as well for proving to my mum after 14 years that I did graduate. That's ace. Thank you, Mum. We're here. It's done. Yeah, good. And thanks just for letting me be here and sharing it with you. So talk about a journey to success, and it's one that's not just been predicated on material success, but I think on mental and physical health and on my wonderful family, my amazing wife and my beautiful son. That balance of work and happiness, today, in today's world, it's hard to dissect the two. The boundaries of how we value ourselves become blurred, converged, distorted, somewhat homogenized through that unrelenting drumbeat of modern society. Be like this, look like this, do this, say this, have a six-pack like that guy on Love Island. Oh, God, Love Island. Anyway. However, as I sit here and reflect a few things about my journey to this point, I feel I want to talk about the things that have helped me along the way. Things that were cemented here in my time in Lancaster. And there's 4 of them. That's humanity, humility, passion, and resilience. And I'm going to talk about them around the ability to course correct. The ability that you won't always have the right answer and you won't always do the right thing, but find ways to course correct. I'll talk about humanity. When you leave this place and in the big wide world, there's a view that people are either resources to be optimized, to be made efficient, and kind of PS, don't be yourself out there. Don't be you. I kind of rage against that, right? Don't separate, when you go out there, don't separate your real self and your work self. Authenticity matters. It takes less energy. It feels flipping great. Who you've become through this collective, immersive university experience is what people are going to be looking forward to experiencing themselves when they meet you. Don't forget that or lose that along the way. And take some time to care, show empathy and vulnerability. It engages people in you. You can be confident and vulnerable. The two aren't mutually exclusive. Enjoy it. But that leads on to humility. And again, I think when you go out there, there's a view that hierarchies really matter, that senior people are all-knowing, all-powerful, unrelatable people. I kind of would rage against that as well. The best thing about humility and humanity is understanding that you are not better than anyone else. But the incredibly liberating thing about that is no one else is better than you. And actually, just by the very fact of you knowing that, elevates you above people. But what you have today, what you have from Lancaster is an opportunity that very few people do have to use it. Other people can help you along that, and know that your success should never be at the detriment of other people's success. Indeed, you should help their success along the way. So passion, as you can tell from me, I'm quite an articulate, I talk with my hands, I'm quite a passionate kind of guy. With that, I fundamentally believe you have to want to be doing what you're doing, and you'll be better at it because of it. Find your value. Find a way to find what drives you, what you value, and help other people find theirs as well. Own it, let those feelings bleed through you. Be passionate about something, care about something. If it doesn't matter to you, why are you doing it? Find something that matters to you. And last, and the Chancellor talked about it, is resilience. And again, there's that view out there that kind of, we'll talk about failing's okay, but actually in the big wider world, you get a black mark against your name. It changes you. I'd rage against that when you go out there. If you keep believing at something, keep going at it. If you keep believing it yourself, keep going at it. And actually, you've made it through this place. You've done 3 or 4 years at this wonderful institution. Use that to your advantage. The best thing about this game that we go and play is you have unlimited goes again. If you fail, it's okay, try again. Don't like that, that's okay, go again. You've got this opportunity and this platform that many people won't have. find a way to use that going forward. The best thing about resilience that I've found for me is if you keep going and you keep going and you keep going, you build a collective positivity and energy around you. Because people will look at you and knowing that actually no matter what, that person will get there. Because they'll keep going until they do. So those 4 things, humanity, humility, passion, and resilience, I can't dissect those between home and work life. Equally, I can't pretend that I'm any way perfect. But rather, when I look back at what's worked for me, I find those 4 things as common themes time and time again. I have been the opposite. Instead of humanity, I've been insensitive. Instead of humility, I've been incredibly arrogant. Instead of passion, I've been apathetic. And instead of resilience, I have given up. But maybe that leads me to the last couple of points I wanted to make. And there's one of don't beat yourself up too much. And 2 of don't take life too seriously. Course correct along the way. Help other people course correct, but find people out there who can help you course correct. About 18 months ago, I got this job. I was amazed. It's a job I've always wanted to get. Wow. Okay, fair enough. I've got to do it. I had a media frenzy surrounding me, and some of the quotes from the BBC article were out there. And I had someone from the BBC. I had my name in the FT, the Financial Times. Someone from the BBC came and interviewed me. I was like, yes, I'm the big I am. I was getting these messages from people saying, well done, congratulations. But there was always someone there to help me course correct. So the person who helped me course correct was my brother. And he wrote me a text. And it said this: bro, I'm so proud of you. Congrats. You deserve it. I love you. But I want you to know that to me, you will always be a complete and utter. Did I think about saying what he actually said? I did. But I decided for both my mother and the Chancellor, probably not the best time to say it. But for common parlance, and maybe for the younger people out there, he called me a total melt, if that means anything to any of you. So, last thing from me, well done, right? Well done on graduating. Well done on deciding to make yourselves into something. Well done on grabbing that opportunity, for making the most of it. Enjoy this time. Huge, huge congratulations, both for now and for the future. Thanks very much for listening.